Back with the fastest hour on the Ron and Fez show. Still to come tonight, we will have Van Halen tickets for you to win for this Friday night at the MCI Center. Britney Spears' mother allegedly ran over a photographer's foot with their SUV with Britney and her sister Jamie Lynn in the car.
Yeah, I don't think it was too alleged, Fez. I saw the picture. The guy's laying down under the car while the Spears girls are all crying. I think we can take the alleged off there and just say he got run over.
Well, I kept seeing different reports today. I saw broken ankle. I said parked on his foot. Then I heard may not have even hit him. So I have no idea who the paparazzi and the tabloids are all out there. You'd think they could get a story together.
Yeah, well, I guess they can't believe the story that comes in. That's the problem. The real news has to say allegedly, no matter what those guys tell them.
So they went to a pet store to get Britney a dog because she's been feeling low, and then this happened. And
why do photographers have to follow her to the pet store? Why is this news? And I can't believe more of these paparazzi don't get run over. I've seen the E-shows where they do that, Celebrities Uncensored. They jump out in front of the cars, they box people in, and then they're shocked when the guy gets mad and takes a swing at them. Then suddenly we're supposed to think, oh, that George Clooney's a jerk. He hit a guy who was a photographer. You can't follow somebody 24 hours a day, 6 inches away, screaming stuff without that person freaking out every once in a while.
And then I guess the same thing happened with the emergency services. Like more and more police kept showing up, more and more paramedics, more and more fire trucks showed up to this thing. So it just turned out to be just this huge circus event once the guy's foot got run over. Where it's like they were stuck there in the SUV, and they said Britney ran the gamut of emotions from screaming to crying.
That's not much of a gamut. That's a pretty short walk she took, Fezzy.
See, this poor girl.
She does it all. She screams, she cries. She's amazing.
And she sings. She's a triple threat.
She also sobbed. So it's amazing, the gamut of emotions she ran.
So, this girl, I think personally, I think the leg injury is fake. Because I think she's gone nutso on us because of all this stuff that keeps happening to her over and over again. And now this happened. She doesn't have an easy day in her life.
You think she grabbed the wheel from her mom and swung it into the photographer? I'll kill them all.
No, because I think she was in the back seat, but I wouldn't put it past her at this point. Yeah. They're driving her past the brink where she's going to be able to get back on that stage and perform.
Well, I mean, she could get back on the stage, but who wants to see her? She's out of... Her time is over, Fez. I'd say leave the kid alone. Just leave her alone. And stop buying those crazy magazines that have pictures of people buying ice cream. I never understand how that's news or even entertainment news.
The saddest part of this thing is the picture of her crying in the back of the SUV, and she's just clinging to a puppy like you see any sort of crazy person doing.
You have a pet.
I don't cling and cry. Whitney Houston is scheduled to perform in China. Her Shanghai concert is set for July 22nd.
You know, that's an odd place to open a tour. Yeah, we're going to open the tour in China. Hey, you want to do something a little closer? How about Atlanta? How about we try this thing out in Atlanta? We go into Montgomery, and we just see whether we're ready to take it all the way to China.
It's like someone mentioned Shanghai to her, and she was just immediately in. And then she said, China is my favorite country. Where, when she was in Israel a year ago, they were her favorite country. She said that as she was getting on the plane.
I had no idea that she'd done a gig since the time she sang the national anthem. And I remember when we were her favorite country, when she lip-synced the national anthem that made everybody cry.
Then she was in Russia like a month ago.
Favorite country?
A favorite country, as she accepted some sort of former communist crackhead of the year award.
Have you ever been to a concert before when they yell, no one rocks like your town? That's what you say when you're an entertainer. You don't want to actually go to China and go to everybody. I want you to know, my favorite country in the world, Great Britain. Unbelievable people. After that, I really like Iceland.
She's doing her cheap pops too early. She needs to wait till she's actually at the venue to start yelling it out. And this is just another pipe dream. There is no way this wackadoo makes it to Shanghai, China to perform.
All right. What's going to keep her out?
She's going to have some sort of relapse or something, or there'll be a bout of exhaustion or something like this. She's just going to go nutso, and there's no way they're going to get her in China.
You're cynical, my friend. You're cynical about everything in this world. You have no hope left. Believe in Whitney Houston.
I can't believe in her. Someone said to her, do you want to go to China? And she got all excited about it. They're basically teasing the retard. Now, the author of Fight Club says he's in talks to bring his novel to Broadway as a musical.
And what's his name?
It's Chuck, and then it's really, really long after that.
I think it's Polonik, as a matter of fact. It's something like that. It's like Polonik, but if you look at the spelling, it doesn't come across anything like that.
All I could think of was Joe Kapolnicek off of the Facts of Life show.
Yeah. Somebody said it to me before, because you normally only read it. And I've read quite a few of his books, and then I go, every once in a while, just look at the cover and go, what the hell is that name?
You know, a pen name might be nice at that point.
Yeah.
It takes, all the books are 50 pages longer because he has to put his name on them. So Fight Club the musical, hit or miss on that one?
It's going to depend on who did it. I heard one of the rumors is Trent Reznor doing the music. So that would be cool, but the problem is you go to Broadway, and these things always end up like a Broadway show. And Tommy doesn't know what day it is, doesn't know who Jesus is or what praying is. And then they always sound as bad as if it's Oklahoma. So I'd like to believe that we're at the age now that we could do some really cool rock musicals, but it just never happens.
Well, they've already got the built-in, his name is Robert Paulson, so you can see that just dancing across the stage while they're spinning the body around.
This is something Meatloaf could actually do. But, I mean, if Trent Reznor does it, I don't think it's going to be spinning and singing his name is Robert Paulson like you're, watching the new Wicked that's going out there, or your favorite Avenue Q. I know everyone gets mad about this and like, oh, my God, I wouldn't. 99.9% of the people in this country don't go to Broadway anyway. So it's not going to ruin your version of the book or the movie. It has nothing to do with you.
That Avenue Q, I can't understand why they're not being sued by Sesame Street, unless they're tied into Sesame Street somehow.
Sesame Street didn't invent puppets.
But these things look like Muppets, and the one guy's even doing a Kermit voice. And now they're going to Las Vegas. They're going to be the new Blue Man Group or whatever.
I don't even understand that Blue Man Group. I don't understand anything in Broadway or in Las Vegas. I don't get it. I don't know why people find certain things entertaining.
The Lollapalooza Music Festival tour has been canceled because of poor ticket sales. Morrissey, Sonic Youth, and the Flaming Lips all were scheduled to appear.
Fez, I'm sorry, you left this over from 1992. That sounds like the show where everybody would have showed up to in 92. This is 2004.
This is 2004 news. They're upset and it's over with. So
it sounds like an oldies tour all of a sudden. Why not throw the Grassroots in there and just enjoy yourselves?
So I don't know what kind of venues they were trying to play, but just
fields. So it's Lollapalooza. They don't play venues. They go out in the middle of a field on the edge of town.
And no one was going to show up for it.
Who would go? Would you go to stand in the field and hear Morrissey dragging on and on about what's ever bothering his virgin butt today? Come on. That thing's over.
Liv Tyler is pregnant with her first child. She was married...
That she knows of.
She's married to rock singer Royston Langdon of the band Space Hog.
Yeah.
Now, are they our new Bennifer?
Here's what's keeping them away from being the new Bennifer. Space Hog. It's not exactly top of the charts. Everybody's talking about Space Hog. I think these two are fine. I think they can walk through Walmart without anybody bothering them. Other than maybe a little kid will try to tell his mom that he saw somebody from Lord of the Rings and his mom won't listen.
The Bennifer problem of Liv Tyler and Space Hog is their catchy name would have to be Liv Hog. And it's not going to work in the tabloids.
What about Live Hog or Die? I think that would work out perfectly. I don't understand. I don't think we're going to have another Bennifer for a while. I know that a lot of people would like to have that big couple. It's a rare thing, Fezzy. It's like, Liz Taylor and Richard Burton, but not, like Liz Taylor and Mike Nichols. It just doesn't suddenly just keep going along. It only happens every once in a while.
Yeah, they were talking about Britney Spears, again, with one of the rumors about her is she's going to get married again to that, I guess, dancer guy she's been hanging out with from her troupe.
You know what weirds me about that? He's not as good looking as anybody you've ever seen. We could grab either one of our interns and is better looking. Well, one of our interns is definitely better looking. I'm not saying which one. I'm not talking about shroom now. But if you look at that kid, I think he just happens to be with her. The smart thing to do if you want this chick is to be as close as possible, because she doesn't look around for a boyfriend. She was on tour with NSYNC. She went out with him. She suddenly is in a hotel room with that guy. She married him. Now she's on tour with another guy. Maybe she's going to marry him. She doesn't look around.
Yeah, that first husband looked like Dan Blocker Jr. or something like that. He was not a pretty package.
All right, we're going to take a break. We'll be right back. You're listening to the Ron and Fez Show.